Hey, and welcome to another Tech Tuesday. This is Chad from Ascension Worship. This week, we are on location at a summer camp in Daytona Beach, Florida. We got some really cool stuff coming up for you guys in the next few weeks. But today, we're talking about increasing your workflow.
Hey, what do you say? Yes, it's that time again. It's Tech Tuesday.
So by increasing your workflow, what I mean is how to get the most out of a digital board that has been purposely condensed to be smaller. So in this case, we're working with the Behringer X32. If you were to use this console, like an analog version of it, it would be much, much longer, deeper. There'd be a ton of knobs and things to grab at any one time. The good thing is that the board has been condensed so that it's much smaller, lighter, easier to transport. The bad side of that is that now you are limited to how many things you can grab at any moment's notice. However, if you work well in your workflow, especially with the assignable section, then you can get a lot more out of your console by using these as transitionary pieces or things that you need to get to very quickly. So I'm just going to show you how I have mine set up. As I normally do, I have things color coordinated. So we've got 3 different sets of assignable sections here. The green one, green's kind of for go because that's the one I use the most during worship when I've got a lot of things going on. And this is my effects section. So rather than coming over here and having to find, say, the band reverb and turn it up here and then go back and make more adjustments, I've got it set to where this section right here controls the band reverb. So this is my master volume for that. So we're going to go back over here so we can see it. If you notice, as I turn this knob up and down, it's turning up and down that fader and makes my life a lot easier because it's just less steps. If I click on this button right here, it's going to put my sends on fader. So now I'm seeing over on this side, I'm seeing what is going to that effects unit. So click it again and you go back to your main left, right. This button down here is going to, on the screen, if you can see that, is going to change the screen to reflect what effect I'm using. And again, hitting that will go back to your main screen. So volume, sends on fader, and then the effect information. Same thing for my vocal reverb. I've got volume, sends on fader, information on the screen. This one is purposely blank. I don't usually use a third effect. And I've moved my last effect over to the right. And the reason I do that is because I use this one the most. I want to be able to easily grab it without possibly hitting other buttons. So this one's my tap delay for vocals. So again, volume, sends on fader. And then this one is a little bit different. I want this to be my bottom right hand. This is my tempo that I tap in for how things are going to, the timing of the delay, basically. And then this button here is going to put the effect on the screen. My next section is my ears and my playbacks. So this is 2 different things going on here. First of all, if you're setting in-ears for your band, this makes it really easy to quickly go through and make adjustments. So again, rather than going here and finding the send I want to listen to, clicking on it, clicking sends on fader, hitting solo, I've got it set to where these buttons over here do that for me. So we'll look and see. We'll keep this screen up so you can see what's happening. But as I go through these, it's just automatically selecting that channel, putting the sends on fader so I can make adjustments. And then I've also got it set to where it's automatically soloing that channel. So if I have headphones on, I can immediately hear what that musician is hearing as well. So I've got that for my 5 different sends I'm using here. Here's the 5th one. And then I also have it set for the things that are going to the subs and things that are going to the wedges. The other part of this section is my playback section. So again, just like how I was using these to turn volumes up and down for the effects, on this page, I use these to turn volumes up and down for my playback devices. So looking over here, I've got a iPod left and right and ProPresenter left and right. Sorry, let me get to where you can see that. So say the start of the service, I'd have some music playing in the background, and then maybe the first thing I need to be able to, have control over this guitar line that comes and goes. So rather than me going through and, okay, song's over, boom, and it's a lot of fader flipping, a lot of room for mistakes. So what I would do is I would have my level where I need it. All I'm gonna have to do is fade that out. So I'll go ahead and be ready on this page, and then I can grab this fader, and again, I'm just gonna let you see this, and I would fade out from here. So I'll be looking at this page, fading out with this knob over here, and now I'm ready to go, and it's less fader flipping in those key moments. So again, got my iPod, got ProPresenter, and then if I had more playbacks, I'd put those on there as well, but those are the two I use the most. Finally, on this third section, I don't use this third section very often, but it's doing essentially the same thing as my playbacks and monitors. If I had any more monitors to work with, they would be over here. But the other things that are very important in transitions, at least for this summer camp, is there are 2 handheld mics. You can see them right here. And same deal if I'm getting ready to transition into turning on ProPresenter or something else like that. On this page, I've got the option of doing, again, fade outs or fade ins using these encoders instead of the faders. And so it's just useful, depending on what I'm doing, transitioning from one to the other. I've got these different modes I can work with, and again, they're color coordinated so I can't get confused. Also, if you notice on this one, I used 1 and 2 encoders, and on this one, I used 3 and 4. So I couldn't accidentally turn this up and down. It makes it a little bit more foolproof. Again, this is just a quick way of being able to be in your show mode here, controlling your inputs and your DCAs, and not having to do a whole lot of fader flipping. You want to be able to stay as simple as you can. So we've got our effects, we've got our playbacks, we've got our sends on fader for the band's ears, and then anything else you want for transitions, in this case, a couple of microphones. Thanks again for checking out this week's Tech Tuesday. If you have any questions or comments or suggestions for future episodes, you can add those into the YouTube comment page, or you can email me directly at techtuesday@ascensionworship.com. If your church would like some on-site training, some help with these things in the flesh, that's also doable. If you are interested in that, again, just email us at techtuesday@ascensionworship.com. We're here to help you any way that we can. I hope this has been helpful for you and your team. Come back here every Tuesday for new information.
Ha 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 ha!